I remember the exact moment I knew something had changed. I was sitting at the kitchen table sipping my coffee, scrolling through messages on my phone when I saw her laugh. Not just a casual laugh. This was the kind of laugh that lit up a room, the kind that used to make my chest tighten with warmth. Only it wasn't for me. I watched her from across the living room, her phone pressed to her ear. And then I saw it. A fleeting, almost imperceptible smile. A softness in her eyes I hadn't seen for years. My stomach twisted. My heart tried to rationalize, maybe it was work, maybe it was a friend. I told myself that over and over. But the signs were subtle, relentless. She started leaving her phone face down, walking away to take calls in another room, laughing a little too brightly at messages she would quickly hide. I caught her once looking startled when I asked a simple question, and the excuses, oh the excuses, they were just small enough to slip past me, just believable enough to make me doubt my own intuition. I began questioning myself. Was I imagining it? Was I being paranoid? I traced every laugh, every missed call, every late night with work emails that never seemed to exist. And yet something in me knew. Something in my gut had always known. It wasn't until a Thursday night that the truth hit me like a fist. She came home from dinner with friends, her makeup perfect, her perfume intoxicating in a way that wasn't for me. She was glowing, radiant, alive, and not alive with love for me. My chest tightened, and I felt that old warmth of love twist into something bitter, sharp. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't call her out. I sat quietly nursing my drink, pretending to scroll through my phone while my mind replayed every memory we'd shared. The late-night talks, the small touches, the laughter that once belonged only to us. All of it felt tainted now, like I had been holding a candle for someone who no longer needed light from me. The next morning I found the evidence. Not hidden, not secret in a dramatic way, just plain unavoidable. A message notification popped up on the kitchen tablet we shared. Can't wait to see you tonight. Missed your laugh today. My hands shook. My heart pounded. I didn't touch her phone. I didn't need to. The truth was screaming at me. Naked and undeniable. I spent hours that day walking through our home like a ghost, touching objects that now felt alien. The coffee mug she had left on the counter, the blanket she had thrown over the couch, the little photo frames we'd put together. Each one felt like a lie I had lived, a story I had invested in that belonged to someone else. I confronted her that evening. Not with rage, not with tears, but with quiet observation. I watched her, hoping for guilt, remorse, something. But all I saw was a flicker of panic, a flash of defensiveness, quickly masked by practiced calm. Is there someone else? I asked, my voice steadier than I felt. Her pause was all I needed. She didn't say anything at first, just looked at me with those bright eyes that now carried another man's warmth. It's complicated, she whispered. That was it. That one word crushed me more than any confession could have. Complicated. Life wasn't supposed to be complicated like this. Not with the person you love. For nights after, I wrestled with what to do. Anger flared, grief swelled, and love, the stubborn, foolish kind, kept knocking at my chest. I replayed our years together, trying to find a reason, a moment where it all went wrong. But there wasn't one. There was only now. And then one evening I walked into our living room, her curled up on the sofa with her phone, and I realized something vital. I couldn't stay. Not in that house filled with memories turned sharp. Not in a life where my presence was a shadow to someone else's light. I packed a small bag. I left her a note, not angry, not accusing, just honest. I loved you with everything I had, but I can't stand in the light you reserved for someone else. I'm walking away quietly, so you can live your complicated life without me. Goodbye. And I left. I drove without a plan, letting the city lights blur past like memories I wanted to forget and couldn't. For the first time in weeks, maybe months, I felt a strange clarity. I was free. I was hurt. I was grieving. But I was choosing myself. Now, weeks later, I sit in a small apartment, surrounded by things that belong only to me. I think about her sometimes, about the life we had, and it stings, but it doesn't control me. I remember the laughter, yes, but I also remember the silence that told me I had already lost her. Walking away was the hardest decision I've ever made. But it was also the only one that gave me back my dignity, my self-respect, and the hope that one day, I'll love again without the shadow of betrayal. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: Love isn't about holding on when someone else's heart has wandered. Sometimes, love is having the courage to let go quietly, with your head held high, even when it hurts more than words can say.